Hi Cancerians, welcome to your monthly reading for November 2024. So how are you doing? How was October for you? I hope that you're okay. Letting you know again that I'm still doing the written tarot readings daily on Instagram and the YouTube community page as well. So when necessary, I'll put links in the description box for that. Also, if you want a personal private reading, the info's in the description box for that as well. So we're going to get on with it for you. So your pre-reading meditation. Well, first of all, I got a bit of a headache on the right side of my head, the right temple, and I was like, why am I getting a headache here just literally out of nowhere? It's not a mega headache, it's not too bad, but it was significant enough for me to notice. And I thought, is the right side the creative side of the brain? I think it is. Hopefully I'm right with that because I haven't checked. I then saw a watch briefly and it made me think of a deadline. So I don't know if somebody's on a creative deadline. But then I also got the words too late. So I don't know if somebody's wondering if they're too old to do something, possibly something creative. And it made me think of a friend that told me several weeks ago now that she was talking to someone and the person said to her they wanted to write, they want to be a writer, they want to write a book, and they said, oh, I don't know if I'm too old to write now, to write a book. The person was 32 years old. So I mean 32 is a kid basically, isn't it? Still, I'm in my 40s, so, and I think I'm going through a midlife crisis now where I'm like practically wanting to do teenage stuff. So I'm like, what the hell, 32? You're like a kid, you're never too old. For anybody that thinks they're too old, you are never too old. You know how many stories I've seen of people that are like 80 getting PhDs and getting married and doing bloody gymnastics and all sorts. You're never too old until your body is like completely decrepit and your mind is completely gone. You're never too old, okay? I'm sure you know that anyway, but I just thought I'd reiterate it. Is that 32 just got me. But it does make you wonder, for someone at 32 to be thinking, am I too old? What happened? Not as a criticism, but like what's going on up there, why you even think that. So I mean I had my child at how old was I when I gave birth? I think I was 31 when I gave birth, and then I turned 32. I turned 32 shortly after he was born, a month after he was born, because he's a Virgo and I'm a Libra. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, right, let's get on with it. We're going to get a message from Secrets of the Ancestors for you first of all. So this is a new deck that I've had a few weeks and I'm trying to familiarize myself with. I have been using it, so I am a little bit familiar, but I'm getting more and more used to it. But I actually love it. I think the very first time I used it, I was like, I don't know, I'm not connecting yet, but I've gotten more and more connected with it. So thank God, because it is a lovely deck. But let's find out what you need to know for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising for November 2024. So what do we need to know for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, November 2024? Anything at all. Oh, I love that. You've got risk it all. And I was thinking as I was shuffling, what am I going to call your video, even though nothing's come out yet? Nothing's come out yet, and I'm thinking of titles. I was thinking, shall I call it You're Never Too Old? But I'm thinking, will people get offended by that? And then I was thinking, actually, I should say It's Never Too Late. And now looking at this, I like that, because it's like, it's never too late, risk it all. So I believe this may be Sagittarius energy here. Let's get the tarot cards out and then I will... Why is it not clear? And then I will read the message from the book for you. And 2 and 3, 23 is a 5, isn't it? So that's change. It's yeah, the time is ripe for change. Might be a significance to Sagittarius season actually, when changes might happen or you feel confident to make a change. But let's get the tarot out and see what we get for you. So what else do we need to know for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising? So Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, what do we need to know for you? I love that. Look at that. The Fool and risk it all. How much more connected can you get? So, and then you get the Three of Pentacles. And this is the main energy. So risking it all to bring to create something new, to bring things together, to collaborate. Excuse me. There is a bit of creative energy with that Three of Pentacles as well. This could really connect to work for someone specifically, or creative projects at least. I love that there's a choosing of a path in the future energy here with that Two of Wands for sure. King of Cups. Oh, wow, I like that. Because that to me, it feels like identifying what you love, what your heart wants, what you desire, and really paying attention to that and wanting to do something with it as well. So it's not just knowing it, it's wanting to do something. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, someone could feel like it's too late. Because Five of Pentacles is a sense of lack, but Eight of Pentacles is where you put the work in, isn't it? Hierophant. Check it. This is about checking your beliefs. So this is the external. Oh, okay. Excuse me. External influences. So what beliefs have been programmed into you, and they may not serve you. The beliefs may not serve you either. But here, so this would be the what you need to be more aware of is based on your desire. What is your truth? Whatever you desire is your truth. So it is about choosing the path in the future, and just as a general look, and this is the first reading I think this has happened in where I've kind of picked up on the energies quite strongly before I've got all the cards out and clarifies and everything. As advice, Two of Cups, Page of Swords, it can be about learning more about what you actually want, what you want to connect to, but it could also be knowing what you want to connect to already. Again, just go for it. You're never too old to learn. It's never too late. So that never too late is going to be in that title for sure. So let's look at the Risk It All card. So it says, oh, it's the Page of Wands. Okay, I thought it was going to be the Knight of Wands, but same thing. Page of Wands goes off on a new path, on a new journey. It's a beginner mindset. It's got a childlike energy about it, but it's good. So it says, yes, you can make it happen. It is safe for you to feel beyond your usual limits. Embrace your personal freedom and follow your passion. Be curious. If you are an advocate for social issues or an activist, let your voice be heard. You can make a difference. All root and plant spirits are messengers. The root of fire, also called the African dream root, is an indication to move ahead. This plant sister wants you to explore your passions with enthusiasm. The ancestral memory says African dream root was instrumental in helping goddess warrior Queen Mother Nanny and the Maroons in Jamaica in their fight for liberation. African dream root is also used by the Xhosa, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, or Xhosa people of South Africa for lucid dreaming and spiritual initiations. The ancestral medicine says, stop tiptoeing. Your ancestors were brave in ways that you cannot even imagine. Acknowledge their lessons of courage within your own journey. And the shadow aspect, if the card was reversed, which it's not, your own thoughts and, well, it can still be relevant because I did pick up something about beliefs here, so it may still be relevant. Your own thoughts and beliefs are holding you back. Are you feeling impatient? You may be easily swayed or deceived. Brace yourself for potential bad news. There is nothing that you can't handle. I don't think there's bad news, by the way, but just putting that out there. So again, the tarot correspondence is the Page of Wands, and the declaration says, I am passionate about my next steps. So yeah, it's never too late, and it really could be about work for someone. That is one thing that's coming up strongly. But even if it's just general creativity or just something that you've always wanted to do, or even recently if something's come up and you're like, oh, I'd love to do that, but I feel like I'm too old or it's too late or whatever. Even if it's a romantic relationship, it could even be that. It's not too late. It's never too late. So the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, I mean, I'll get clarified, but it feels like a very straightforward kind of reading, if I'm being honest, and I'll probably curse myself now and it'll get technical. So we've got risk. It feels like a risk. There's the desires there with the Fool to do this thing, but it feels like a risk choosing it with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Swords. We've got the Ace of Swords, which again, it's the beliefs. It's what holds you back. What do you believe? What potentially holds you back or moves you forward? King of Pentacles. Okay, so for someone, it could be an element of stability, responsibility there as well. That could be the challenge. So again, say if it was a new career path, it's like, oh God, I can't do this. I can't throw away a 20-odd year career to do something creative because that just doesn't make practical sense. But it's talking about risking it all, isn't it? And the challenge is risking it all. The challenge could also be, although we haven't even got to the challenge yet, is you'd still want to be stable, wouldn't you? Even if you were going to pursue something different, you'd still want to have some level of stability. Again, if it's a relationship related thing, romantic or something, someone could fear a lack of stability or wondering if they do get together with someone or someone new or start dating again or whatever, is the person going to be stable? Are they going to be that King of Pentacles energy? Because I know with the way life is now, everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people seem kind of all over the place and unreliable. You just don't know how things are going to turn out. You know, back in the day, obviously divorce still existed back then, but to be frank, 50 years ago, if you married someone, there was probably like, I don't know what the percentages are. I'm just going to say pull something out of my ass, 90%. Probably 90% of people, once they got married, it was like, yeah, we're going to be together till we're dead. Nowadays, it's probably more like a 10% chance that you'd be together till I don't know what the statistics are. If anyone knows, feel free to share, but I can completely get that. But yeah, the desires there, it just feels risky, and yeah, there could be something around stability that concerns someone. So let's look at the past energy, which I've already said is where, with the King of Cups and the Lovers, this is where you know that you have this feeling. Either you know specifically what it is that your heart wants, or you know how you want to feel. You know that you want to feel this passion and desire and feel strongly about something, and you haven't got it at that point, but you know where you're heading or how you want to feel. Okay. There could be something around a marriage here, with someone wanting to feel that spark again, whether with the person they're married to or with someone else. The Star, Ace of Wands, the Star. Yeah, it's the spark, isn't it? It's the spark, it's the passion, it's the hope, it's the dream with the Star. Four of Pentacles. You know what you've already got. You know what you've already achieved, what you've developed, what you've grown, what you've built. You already know that, but you know that you want more. The ways of looking at that is like, but I want something different. I want more. Judgment. Knight of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. But again, the doubt of whether you can let go or open up, whichever one feels relevant to you, to do something new, something different. And again, that feeling as well of it being too late, with Judgment in reverse, the Knight of Cups. Again, the feeling is there, the desire is there, but it's that thought, is it too late to make this a reality, to make this happen, to do this, to change? I wonder if there's something here about someone's sexuality as well. That's kind of a bit of an intuitive thing coming in, where if someone is aware that they prefer the opposite sex and they're already, well, it could be someone who's single, could be someone who's married, and they're like, oh, it's too late for all of that now, I'll just stay single for the rest of my life, there's no point, I'm too old. You know, it's giving that's another perspective as well. Let's look at the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So again, as a challenge, I said that was that feeling of lack of whether you have what it takes or whether you can physically choose the path that you want to choose. Nope, it's not in reverse, but we've got the Ten of Swords. Okay, I just mentally asked, should I keep it in reverse? And it was a yes. That's giving me the feeling of, okay, so if you know the Alicia Keys song, oh, I love that song. I had it on replay when I first was aware of it. I had it on replay. Unthinkable. I'm ready. Yeah. There's a line in the song, or a couple of lines in the song, where she says, why is it, why, I should know this, I know the song really well. Why give up before we try, feel the lows before the highs? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Why give up before we try, feel the lows before the highs? That's giving the energy with the Ten of Swords. It's like you've given up on it before you even give it a go, or you're prepared to give up on it before you even give it a go because of a feeling of lack. Oh yeah, the other part of the song, why give up before we try, feel the lows before the highs, clip our wings before we fly away. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, Eight of Cups, that would be where you're willing to try, and then with the Strength card, so the challenge is to overcome that fear and that sense of lack and go for it. Have the courage to go for it, to go for the Ninth Cup. Belief in yourself, I would say, for a start. You have the power to change your story, because the Queen of Swords is all about stories, isn't she? Her story, listening to other stories. You get to tell your own story. And I don't know if this, I'll say it because it might be specific. Yep, specific and significant to someone. But one thing that I've been doing recently is, I know that I have my own method of love readings on the channel. I'm not knocking love readings, they serve a purpose, and you know, it is what it is. The ones I do, so I've been doing more recently, I haven't done any for a while and I really want to do some, but it's just time and energy and whatever. I've been doing the Meet Your Match readings, where I look more at the personality traits of the two people, how they complement each other, how they challenge each other, rather than trying to predict what's going to happen, how they're going to get together, blah, blah, blah. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. It does serve a purpose. There's a time and a place for everything. And what was the point I was trying to make? So that's my method of doing love readings now. I think I just like looking at personality traits, to be honest. So that was the main reason I did it, and I find it fun. And to be frank, I have had there is someone in particular who's really confirmed that it resonates for them, and yeah. So yeah, that's my method of love readings. But the point I'm trying to make here is, I don't tend to watch love readings anymore. I will occasionally get a love reading, and I don't know why, because I'm single. Just to sort of, I don't know, sometimes I feel like, let's just have a little look and see what message comes up. Like, I'm not trying to predict anything specific necessarily, but let's just see what comes up in it, just for the hell of it. But I don't watch them so much now. And I used to, when I first started when I first became aware of awakening, I don't know if it was the very first awakening I'd ever had. Probably not. But the most significant one I'm aware of was when I met someone that I feel is my twin flame. That's the simplest term to use. I guess I'll refer to it as a spiritual connection. But let's just say twin flame for the sake of it. Very profound. It awakened me, and I'm grateful to it for that, because I think the sole purpose of that connection was to awaken me, because I would not be sitting here reading tarot. I wouldn't be a medium. I wouldn't be developing my clairsenses as much. I mean, I've always had it in me, but I wouldn't be as focused on it and actively going along with it, going on the journey, if it wasn't for that person awakening me. But the readings, or the love readings I had around that person, there was some degree of accuracy to it, but the one thing I can say is it cannot predict 100% what will happen. It can pick up the details, it can pick up the energies, but it can't predict the whole story, because it will give you bits and pieces, and obviously we all have free will, and things turn out differently. So bits and pieces happen, but not everything will happen the way it's predicted. Even for readings I can give the energy, but the people get to choose what they do in the situation. And I think the point I'm trying to make, even though I've taken ages to say it, is, like, for example, with your own love story, no one should get to tell you what your love story is going to be. As I say, yes, the readings can help to a certain degree if you want to get the gist of things, but if you're looking for someone to predict your to fully predict your love story, I think you give your power away when you do that. And I say that from personal experience. And I've gotten to a point now where I don't want that. I mean, yeah, as I say, I have had a recent love reading just to get the gist of things. But even with that, even if someone tells you, oh, such and such is going to happen, you still get to choose. You still get to choose and say, oh, actually, I don't like the sound of that. I'm not going to go along with it. I'm not going to let that happen. Or you can say, oh, yeah, I love the idea of that. I'm going to embrace that and see how it goes. But you still have control in the situation. But as I say, I've decided now, I don't want someone to tell me what my love story is going to be. I want to choose what my love story is going to be. Yeah, I may not necessarily be able to get everything exactly the way I want. But if I want to manifest it, I'm going to put down the things that I want, that how I want it to be, or the kind of person that I want. And, you have to have your power in those situations, and not just your love story, but anything with, anything predictive, any predictive tools like tarot, etc. You always have the power to change your story. Yes, there may be some things that happen that you can't control, but you can't let a prediction rule your life and take your power away. That was a long rant just to say that, but let's get on with it anyway. So let's just get one more. I think I've pretty much said what I needed to say. Yeah, you get to tell your story. You get to change your story. Even if predictions are made, you still have choices to make yourself. It's not all set in stone. So I will leave that there and move on to, so that was the challenge. The challenge is getting past that sense of lack. Don't give up before you try. Hierophant, Ace of Swords, the beliefs. So again, I said, so this is external influences. What external factors, what beliefs have you been programmed to think can hold you back or move you forward or whatever? Well, Nine of Wands, number one, it's too hard. That's something, that it's too hard. Right, we've got the Nine of Pentacles there, Three of Wands. See, the Nine of Pentacles can go a number of different ways. Sometimes it can represent liberation. Sometimes it can be a comfort zone where you like, there's a bit of a restriction there. Like, you've done well, you've achieved a lot, but it's like, that's as far as I can go. With the Three of Wands, it's an encouragement to expand. But what I'd say with the I think it goes both ways. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have to look at where the comfort zone is, but also look at where you can liberate yourself more and expand with that Three of Wands. As I say, the Nine of Wands is where it's too hard. Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Are you willing to fully acknowledge what your heart wants and commit to that? Yeah. The beliefs, you will have to look at that yourself. It's not going to tell me what the beliefs are specifically, other than it's too hard. And another one as well, that you've got enough or you've achieved enough. I think there was something I saw today. It wasn't one of my readings that I did, was it? I think it was a quote, actually, something about you can be grateful for everything you've got, but still want, I don't know if the word was more or something different, but something along those lines. It's okay to be grateful for what you've got and want to set your sights higher, I think, is kind of the gist of things, or to have something different and to make changes. So yeah, we'll leave that there and move on to the energies of anything that's hidden or you need to be more aware of. And I think I already said it, didn't I, again, that your desires, Ace of Wands, your desires is your truth. Whatever you desire is your truth. The truth is not, oh, you can't do this, you're too old, it's too late, whatever, it's too hard. Whatever your desire is your truth. Shall I make that the title instead of it's never too late? We'll see. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's about what you hold valuable, isn't it, really? Six of Cups. I'm just thinking, why is the Six of Cups there? Didn't flip. Okay, so the Six of Cups and Six of Pentacles together, it's looking at, there's a need to be aware of those old stories around give and take and what's possible. And having what it takes, I think, to make something work, to get what you want. You got to look at that how that's impacting things in terms of what you want and what you're actually willing to do and feel you can actually achieve. The Ace of Cups, again, that's what your heart desires. It's what fills your cup. And I'd say it's about focusing on that as something to be more aware of, focusing on that rather than the anxiety and all of the things that tell you that you can't do it, that you can't have it, that it's too late. I think it may be a combination title, if I can fit all of the words, of it's never too late. What you desire is your truth. Yeah, I think that might work. I'll probably forget that by the end of the reading. So, but anyway, right. Four of Swords. So this is the future energies now. And I'd say it's thinking it through and choosing the path, isn't it, really? So let's see if it gives us anything more substantial or elaborate than that. I mean, I like that. The Emperor, there's fire energy there. Actually, there's quite a bit of fire energy there. The Eight of Wands. Temperance. So you may go through a phase of thinking it through, but then taking action on it with the cards that are here, because just looking at the Four of Swords and Two of Wands, it looks like just deciding, but with the Emperor, Eight of Wands, Temperance, Knight of Swords, the Lovers, that looks more like action happening, that you do decide to take action and go for it. Your truth, what you desire is your truth there, and literally creating that. There may even be something with that Temperance. What is that? There may be some, okay, it's Sagittarius, isn't it? That you may get a push. Oh, I did say Sagittarius, didn't I, at the beginning, that there might be something specific, or I think I said at the beginning of your reading, I've done quite a few today, that there might be something specific about Sagittarius. Oh, and it's next to the Eight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. Okay, so here we go again with this. I think this happened in someone else's reading as well, with the Sagittarius, something about Sagittarius season, which is a fire season where something may change or happen then, or you may just be inspired to take action then. Two of Wands. 2 weeks. The twos can be the ones are usually seen as days, I believe, in tarot, but say two, it feels more along the lines of 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I think it'll probably still be Scorpio. Will it still be Scorpio season in 2 weeks? I mean, to be frank, I filmed these readings in advance, so I'm filming this on the 29th of October. By the time you see this reading, it might be where Sagittarius season is in 2 weeks' time, and that may be where you make your decision. But this almost feels like, so Sagittarius could be significant, which I feel like I've already said, but you might feel like a spiritual push or spiritual support or something that helps you to make the decision and to move forward in taking action towards what you desire and taking the risk, because Sagittarius is a risk-taking energy, isn't it? But it does look like action. Again, with readings, we can pick up on the energies, we can pick up on potential futures, but you get to decide, you get to choose your story. You get to choose what action you take, regardless of what prediction comes out. So Two of Cups and Page of Swords is the guidance. So I think at the beginning I said the Two of Cups, it can be that you know what you want and it's about going for it, and being open and learning as you go on the journey, or it can be learning more about what you want and how you want to feel. Maybe it depends on the person. For some it will be one, for some it will be the other. So we have the Empress, and that is growth, isn't it? That is about growth, it's about abundance, it's about creation, or she is, calling her it. We've got the Hierophant, the World. You might be breaking some rules with that Hierophant. I'm going to clarify that on its own, actually, because sometimes it can feel a bit ambiguous. Let's get one more, the Ten of Wands. It's not too hard. With that Ten of Wands, I feel like saying it's not too hard. And it's funny because I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying it's not too hard and it could be too hard. I think what I mean is, even if it is challenging, You can still do it. If you really, really, really want it, you can still do it, even if it is challenging. Let's look at the Hierophant. It's a go for it energy either way. Changing the beliefs. Yeah, the Hierophant. It's about focusing on the creation, the growth, the abundance, letting go of the old beliefs, surrendering the old beliefs that stop you from starting a new chapter. Focus on the potential. With the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, trust yourself with the High Priestess and focus on the potential, not the beliefs that hold you back and leave you feeling restricted. Right, so I'm going to get a final card of guidance for you, Cancer. Yes, we are on Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. So what does Cancer, what's the final guidance for Cancer for November 2024? Nope, too many. I will take these. Oh, I feel like I need to read all of them because I'm looking at them and they look relevant. It's a good job they're short messages. Yeah, I'll read all of them. There's a reason that many fell out. Usually I wouldn't take that many, but they're all upright. So we have, first of all, the dark mysteries. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. Yeah, that's why I kept that. Right, the next one, Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba, which I've probably butchered that title, but okay. It says, a spiritual practice, that could be that, where's that Temperance card gone? Feels like it could be that. A spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. That could be meditation for someone that kind of helps them to find the answers that they want, or they could consult someone spiritually on a personal level, and that helps. And that's what that Temperance card was, because I said it felt like a push, didn't it, energetically or something. Right, next, the Dark Healing Chamber. The most challenging task is to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet your own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. The sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, is to push us to venture inwards to seek and heal the darkness within. And that would be, again, the things that hold you back, wouldn't it? The fears, the anxiety. Finally, we have Temple of Lapis Lazuli, or Lazuli. Your soul is very ancient and holds the wisdom of star peoples from civilizations with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a culture based in fear, that word keeps coming up, to a love-based community. You are here on this planet to be you to the fullest extent possible. Then you will help heal human culture so the planet may thrive. And this always makes me think of leading by example, because with the beliefs that we're programmed to believe, individuals have the power to create change by leading by example. If you see one person do something where they're going outside of the box, people will tend to see that and say, oh, actually, I want to do it differently as well. And it encourages others. So you stepping outside of the box and risking it all could encourage others, and you lead by example in that way as well. So I will leave that there for you, Cancerians. Again, if you want to see the daily written readings or book of personal readings, see the description box for info. Daily readings are on Instagram and the YouTube community page. I'll be back in a couple of weeks for mid-month check-ins, and I will probably do shorts for the full moon and for Pluto entering Aquarius. So those will be like the short 60-second videos that would be on Instagram and YouTube as well. Hopefully November goes well for you, and until I see you again, take care.